I'm out here at the container barn I built, and I love everything about this barn. But this barn has one big problem: no power. So I fixed it. When I built this barn, I kept it pretty simple. No utilities, no trenching power out here. But the more I started using this place, the more I realized I needed some kind of power setup. Mostly for charging my cordless tools, running other small stuff, and eventually adding some lighting out here in the barn. It would just make the barn way more useful. Renogy actually sent me one of their 400-watt solar kits to try out, and honestly, the barn seemed like a pretty good place to use it. This kit comes with 4 100-watt solar panels and the brackets to mount those panels. It comes with a 2,000-watt power inverter and a remote switch for that inverter. I'm not sure if we're going to be using that today, but that allows you to turn this on remotely. This is the charge controller. This is their Rover model 40 amp. This will go between the solar panels and the batteries. We have the battery monitor so we can see the status of our batteries, and a Bluetooth module so we can see the status on our phone. And then we got 2 100 amp hour AGM batteries, and of course all the wiring to put it together. One of the things I liked about this setup was they give you an option to go with either lithium or AGM batteries. This barn won't be temperature controlled, and we get some pretty cold winters out here. So for this application, I felt like AGM batteries made a lot of sense. You can tell me if you think I made the right choice down in the comments. So today we're going to get everything installed and hopefully get some usable power out here. So we've got everything unboxed and ready to start the install. My goal with this system is to keep it simple, clean layout, easy to use, and easy to expand later if I want to.
I started by laying out all the main components on a piece of cement board backing, trying to keep everything organized and easy to get to. I use cement board because it's not flammable and it adds a little bit of safety. I then traced and marked the mounting holes for each of the components so that they would be easy to hang on the wall once the cement board was mounted. I mounted the cement board to some 3/4 inch plywood so I had a solid surface to anchor to. Pre-marking everything on the table made the components simple and easy to install. I started by mounting the charge controller and the power inverter so that we could begin getting things wired up. I brought the wires that will come from the solar panels up through the floor. The hardest part about installing a system like this is the wiring, and I took my time with it. One thing I've learned with solar setups is that clean wiring makes life a whole lot easier later on. A rule of thumb for most component-based setups is that every red wire should end up having a fuse with it. There'll be a fuse from the battery to the charge controller, a fuse from the positive of the solar panels to the charge controller, and a fuse between the power inverter and the batteries. My kit was missing the 200 amp fuse that goes between the batteries and the power inverter, but Renogy was prompt in getting that fuse sent out to me. Although this kit did not come with an overall set of instructions, it came with clear instructions for each component, and they had wiring diagrams online for you to follow. Renogy's wiring diagrams were clear and easy to read and broke it down by component, starting with wiring the batteries to the charge controller, then the solar panels to the charge controller, and then finally the power inverter to the batteries. I like to keep all my wiring very organized, so I use cable holders that screw right to the cement board that hold the wires in place. It looks good, and it is also easier to tell if you've got everything hooked up right. I didn't actually end up installing the battery monitor or the remote switch for the inverter because everything was easy to access and turn on and off. But if you were installing this in, say, a camper or a van or behind a cabinet, you can have those remote switches to monitor everything and turn everything on and off. These systems are designed for small workshops and cabins, as well as vans and camper trailers, and come with plenty of wire for those applications. Overall, I think the wiring turned out really nice. It was pretty simple and pretty straightforward, as long as you followed the instructions and wiring diagrams that were given. Now it was time to mount the solar panels. I mounted the Z brackets to the panels, and those were pretty straightforward. I wasn't quite ready to drill holes in my brand new roof just yet until I tested the system and made sure it was going to work for me. So I built a ground mount system out of T-posts and 2x4s that really worked out great. I covered the panels and got everything hooked up in parallel according to the wiring diagram. Depending on how you lay out your panels, you may have to buy a couple extension cables so that all the wires are long enough to wire everything in parallel. This kit came with an inline fuse for the solar panels, which made the install of the fuse simple and easy. And last but certainly not least, I grounded the system. This step is often overlooked in instruction manuals, but it is very important to, at the very minimum, ground your solar panels as well as the power inverter. This kit does not come with the grounding rod or the wires for grounding, so you'll need to pick those up on your own. I gave it a good once over, made sure all the wiring was tight and all my connections were good before we powered things up. I mounted a little shelf so that I could put my battery chargers up there, and that's going to be really nice to have out here in the barn.
The next step will be getting the lighting installed in here, but now we got the power to do it. And the nice thing about a setup like this is I can always expand it later. I can add more batteries, add more solar panels, whatever I decide to do down the road. So far, I've been really happy with how this all turned out. It's simple, it works, and it fits the barn perfectly. If you want to check out the system, I'll leave links down in the description below, and I'll definitely keep you guys updated as I continue to build this barn out. If you want to see the full video on how I built the ground mount for the solar panels, I'll leave a link to that video right here. Thank you for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one.